Come on. Well, take me back to Texas, baby. Oh, before I die. Well, send me in a pine box.
I was gonna say
Should
that.
die before my time.
So I've got a Polish microphone and a Czech one too.
Yeah.
A Czech one too.
Is it?
Yeah.
See what you did there.
Is it too soon to probably book a show in Broken Bow, Oklahoma?
I would love to book a show in Broken Bow.
Okay, that was a fucking great one.
It went right over my head for a second.
Yeah,
there. I
I
thought
know.
he was being serious. For
Seriously,
a
I was
second.
like, yeah, Broken Bow. Oh,
I had to do it.
you know what? That joke this morning would have been really good, but this afternoon it hits a little different. Yeah,
it's a dick move.
yeah, but
In a friendly way.
That's it's fair. Yeah,
I love you,
go
Bob.
on. Yeah,
It's a dick move in a friendly way.
I love it.
yep.
Well, welcome to another podcast, people. My name is Justin Ross, and we are Deadwood Revival. To my right, over the end is Mr. Aaron Capers, back behind us in the ever so fashionably late beanie. Mr. Bob Simmons.
I'm bald and my head's cold. Deal with it.
Yeah, that's a bow breaker, man. Mr. Corey Weiss over here, rocking the Shirley hat and the shades as always. When is your shades day is coming up? Isn't it?
Oh,
Like
April 28th.
Dude, he's got a date for it. Every year I hear about this. Shades day is coming. Gotta get new shades.
It's Sunglasses Day.
Gotta get it. Sunglasses day.
Do you have an
that's a thing.
electrical massage unit day too? Is that like June 24th?
You want to talk about the TENS unit? Have you heard of that TENS unit
Yeah, I heard about it.
with those electrode sticker things?
Yep, I hear it's fantastic.
If you want to use it, let me know. I'll bring
You
it
know
to a show.
what he remi- I know Bob. Oh, we also have some big news to put out to the world. Bob finally got a TikTok account since the last podcast. Yes. Welcome to Shitty Life.
Bitch, I got 9 followers. Watch out now.
Hey,
Seriously.
man.
Bob, say one thing political. You'll have 2,000 by tomorrow. Guaranteed.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, everyone loves the politic guy on there. When I first started TikTok,
though.
I was like, well, you have to get up to, I think it's I don't know if it's changed now, but you had to get up to 2,000 in order to do a live stream,
Yes, that's still a
right?
thing.
And so my buddy was like, just say something on both sides about policies. And I was like, all right, I'll make a Trump video and I'll make a Biden video. And I'll just go both ways. And it was literally like, whew, 2,000.
Oh, dude.
I was like,
like,
that was
Damn.
quick.
Like
Then I
back-
took the video down and went straight music. I was like, man, nothing like using them like they use us.
dude, seriously. When I was younger, I used to get into that kind of shit on Facebook and stuff. And I was the guy that always get yelled at by my conservative friends for being too liberal. And I always get yelled at by my liberal friends for being too conservative. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I'm just so fucking over it. I was like, you know what? The whole thing sucks. Everybody sucks. You know, when it comes to politics, I'm a misanthrope, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the aliens to take over, man.
Dude, I mean, can they please get here quick?
That,
I
seriously.
really think they're enjoying this reality show we're in.
Right?
Yes.
Yes.
I agree. I think they're sitting back like a television show going, this is the best comedy I've ever seen.
Well, it's like Neil
ever.
deGrasse Tyson said something about, like, you know, how we're probably in a simulation, right? Yeah. And he said basically we're a video game developed by some alien in his mom's basement. And the couple times that we've had peace, like over the last 2,000 years, which is actually depressingly little. That's like when the kid has to like go take a shit or something like that. You know, so he leaves us for a little while, comes back and starts poning people, as you say.
You lost me at shit.
Oh, shoot. Playing Roller Coaster Tycoon, I would do that, except I'd hit fast forward, so it's going like triple the speed, and I'd walk away, come back, and have a lot of money.
Nice.
That wasn't a thing on Dino Park Tycoon.
It was convenient.
That sounds convenient.
I'm going to go make some lunch, come back. Yeah, 17 million. I'm going to build some more roller coasters.
Nice.
Jeez.
Dino Park Tycoon was a shit. It was
We
one-
had a solid show since we did this last podcast.
We
Yeah,
did.
we did.
Bob broke a bow,
Yeah, I did.
and then today he broke another bow. And he had $8,000 later, he's bowless.
Yeah. Well, okay. So So there's a very good argument for Friday night that was my fault.
Our next show will be booked in Broken Bow.
Yeah.
And
Yes, that'd be good.
we'll be playing at Hochtown at the Broken Bow Saloon. And yeah.
You know, Friday nights, it was, I'll say that was probably my fault, you know, but A, it was the most theatrical thing that's ever happened to me on stage, right? So it was
Your phone just went on the
They fucking
most
agree with
theatrical
me.
thing.
right? But today that wasn't on me. Today that was on this 11-year-old little girl that was my student. And you should have seen this poor thing because she knew she accidentally knocked over. You know, it was a mistake, man. Kids are clumsy.
Yes.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
This kid was so sad, and I'm like if it would have been anybody over the age of 18 that would have done that, I would be like, yeah, that'll be $4,000, please.
Yeah.
You know, but what am I gonna do to this kid? Squeeze mom and dad? You know, so
Do you have insurance on your stuff?
not on my bows. I got it on the
You and
instrument.
like
AC need to talk, man.
Yeah,
Because he just
man.
turned me on to something, and I called my agent immediately. It was like, is this true? Does this work? He's like, absolutely. Renter's insurance.
Renter's insurance, bro.
Just like you would get on your house.
Yeah,
It
Yep.
covers all your instruments as well.
even when they're not in the house.
Yeah.
Because I've got my instruments are insured.
Then yeah.
But my bow, I don't know, man. I can look. I mean,
Totally.
I once I found that out, I was like, I'm absolutely gonna take a look at this.
Yeah,
Like,
because
going
only
forwards.
renters I got is just liability.
Right.
Yeah,
Man, yeah, look at the renter's insurance. It only costs like $15 a month.
yeah, it'd be worth it, man. That was depressing.
I
that
bet.
bow that broke today. I've had that bow for a very long time, and that bow has been places with me. You know, it's
What was his last name? Jackson.
no, it should be though. You know what? So
Because he's
I
broke too now.
so damn, that was really good.
Doom.
You know, I think I'll do that because this bow that I'm gonna be getting hopefully soon is totally crowdfunded. Like I just don't have the money to buy a professional bow. So I think after I get the money for it and I purchase it, I'm gonna let the public name the bow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
there we go.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think I'll make a little poll. Let them name it because Bo Jackson is actually a really
It's a really
good
great name
idea.
for a bow.
I mean,
Yeah.
you could go with Bo Cephas.
Or Beauregard.
Beauregard.
Or-
Yeah.
That's a good one.
So once I get it, hopefully soon, you guys
Bob
on
had
my
a baby,
Facebook,
it's a
y'all know
bow.
my PayPal, but
Collect call from Bob Had a Baby, It's a Boy. Did you guys ever do that? Back when it was collect calls, did you ever have to do that?
No.
no.
Do you guys remember collect calls? Corey, I know you weren't around for
This
PayPal.
is going over my head.
Only in jail.
Oh, you guys remember long distance phone bills?
Yes, actually.
Oh, yeah, where you had
Yeah.
to press one.
You had to press,
Yeah.
you had to press one to dial out of the city.
No.
Now
Oh,
you have to
dude.
dial one,
Period.
Yeah.
period.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, the first girl that like let me touch her and stuff when I was younger, she lived down in Austin, which is about a 3.5, 4 hour drive away, and that's a long distance bill. And boy, I got in so much trouble because
Yeah.
oh man, we were always on the phone, and this is even back in like the '90s. Our phone bill was like $300-400.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep, I
Yeah,
lived
these
that-
kids today, they don't know how good they've got it.
Oof. Again, I'll never forget that ass whooping. Well, Mama got that bill. She was so upset.
You were talking to who?
I was,
And what?
So I had just moved across the country. Like I moved from Georgia to Dallas. It would have been my freshman year of high school. So that summer going into my freshman year. So I still had all my friends back in Georgia and this chick that I was particularly fond with that I would just talk to whenever the hell I wanted, or until that ass whooping came.
Yeah, right. Be like, we're about
No
to
more-
write some letters, bitch.
No more long distance calls after that one.
You were getting all romantic, writing poems and stuff on paper, licking a stamp and sending them off.
Yep.
Here's
Yes,
a,
I do remember that.
You'll remember this. I'm not sure if you're going to remember this or
Uh-oh.
not. But do you remember back when there was a number you could call and it was like a party line, but it was a hack? And somebody had hacked this line, so you call this one number, and there's all these people on there talking with each other. And blah, blah, blah. It was like before there were chat rooms.
Huh.
And it was like something that happened. It happened locally around here. So all these people are on there talking. And they're like, "Hey man, what's up, dude? What's up? Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Hey, we're throwing a party tonight." Blah blah. It was like this secret line, and you could call it. And in your area, all these people would be on there. If you knew about it, you'd be on there. And so I
That sounds like something for cool people, and I definitely wasn't a cool person.
That sounds like Twitter.
Right?
I thought I was the coolest kid in 3 states when I got my first phone into my bedroom. When I had my own line. I was like, dude, I've got my own phone.
I went straight to the brick phone.
Yeah.
The old
I had
Nokia.
the see-through dial, you know what I'm talking
Dude,
about?
so you know how
I remember the briefcase.
so you guys saw how I was with TikTok, right? Like up until this last week, it's like a point of pride. I'm last. I want to be like the last person to get it. I got it, right? Finally got it and everything. I was the same thing with cell phones. I didn't have my first like phone until 2010. Seriously. So
Wow.
in 2009, if I wasn't at home, you weren't getting a hold of me. It was fucking peaceful. It was really peaceful.
This
it was a good
explains a
life.
lot.
I
Explains a lot.
Man, I couldn't my mom made it seem like it was more of an ordeal for me not to have a phone.
Mm-hmm.
And to be fair, she was very right. Like I was very like
Well, and at the time, I had a lot of people looking for me that I didn't want to get a hold of me.
Right.
Too. And so, it's just nice to be saying, oh, well, just leave a message at home. It was nice.
Yeah.
It was nice.
oh, there was something that's like just
That maybe does explain a little bit about
That's why
me.
his ID comes up as Walter Concrete. Got it.
No, I miss the old methods of communication. Like I wish we could go back to like writing letters.
Oh, yeah.
Like such a lost skill, but it's like it's super convenient to just send an email and just have it.
Yeah.
But man, there was something about actually like sitting down and like writing your thoughts down.
Dude, so California actually passed a kind of cool law. At least it's superfluous, right? It's not a necessary law. Let's put it that way, right?
Funny name.
Right, but I dig it. And what the law is that they got to teach cursive to kids in 2nd grade through 8th grade. Like, everybody's got to learn how to read cursive. I actually think cursive is very important to learn because, man, if you don't know how to read cursive, you won't know how to read the Constitution or the Declaration of Independence.
Sure. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
And so California passed that law. I'm like, all right, I get these. Because I still, like, just for fun, sometimes write some cursive.
They finally
stuff,
got one right.
I have to think about how to write and print.
Yeah.
They also teach you how to inject a needle correctly.
I feel like that's a necessary thing to learn.
Jeez, goddamn.
See, we were like right there.
Yeah, I was.
And then you're like, fuck that shit.
Yeah, just. Hey, Corey, how you doing, buddy?
I'm here.
I know. I heard the wheel spinning over there.
Oh,
Speaking of sound, I imagined the whole the whole dial-up tone a lot with him.
I always hear the half-baked version where it's like, ba-da-ba, marijuana affects the memory. Dude, did you check out that video I sent you of Irish people trying American liquors?
Yes.
No, I didn't see that one.
Oh, I sent it to you on TikTok. Did you see it?
I did.
Dude, that's... There she is. Let her in. Oh, she's got a lovely brassiere. It's so good. It's you got it?
It shouldn't be hard to find.
It's on your TikTok.
Wait, you sent it to me?
Yeah, I sent it on your.
I've just gotten better with actually checking my messages. You're a big part of that.
So here we go here. No, I don't want to join that hashtag. Why they keep telling me to join hashtags? Just so you guys
here it
know,
is. Listen.
I've got 12 followers now.
Listen to this.
So I think we're having a lot of fun with the fact that they're plastic balls.
Yeah, it's great. What is it? Holy gamoly. Fuck me.
Wow.
That is 95 horsepower.
Sorry, what the fuck is this font?
Caution, do not apply over a flame. It's just very much, don't put this on fire.
That's when I know you're getting a little bit drunk when someone screams, what the fuck is this font?
It's like corn whiskey.
Grain alcohol.
Nice. Yeah.
Everclear.
Keep away from fire heating up and flame flammable.
Flammable!
Keep away from flame flammable.
I kind of want to burp, but I don't trust the burp.
Burp,
I
don't
just it's like the guy panicked at the end and went, open flame flammable. Keep it away from open flame
Freaking
flammable.
open flame flammable!
You know what you gotta do? Brass Bowl Company burn you up.
Don't smell anything.
Exactly. It's an absence, like a black hole.
It's like going underwater.
I feel like I'm floating on air.
I feel like I'm Aquaman. We're trained professionals. Don't do. We are trained professionals.
There's a bit of a slur in my speech. I'm not liking that.
There is a little bit. You're letting side down, Joe.
That dude
Yeah,
looks
okay,
like
we can do
Corey.
this.
Okay.
It's gonna be
The
fine.
one with the beanie.
Just this.
Yeah.
We do this.
And then we're done.
And we're done.
We're done forever.
Three.
You're an arsehole. You know I'm
Two.
not. It's like,
1. Slauncher.
No way.
There she is. Let her in.
She burns.
I feel like a lot of it like evaporates on impact, if that makes sense.
Oh, who needs lipstick?
No.
I'm also not ready to talk.
Oh god, it's like you're drinking like a fume.
And there's not much of a smell to it. Like there's not much.
Keep her down, keep her down. On tip.
I literally just noticed you've got the fucking greenest eyes I've ever seen.
It's like there's a little man in me tummy and he's going, psh, and the thing is going.
But he's not quite strong enough to hit the bell. And this is definitely alcohol that I'm like, they're so green.
Man, I love
So
this.
the one where he's doing the Smirnoff, and he's like, "Oh shit." He's like, "You know, a couple more of those, you'd be making out with your mother's, or you'd be making out with your best friend's mother." His friend looks at him and goes, "Again?"
Man, you know, I love that as human beings we are able to decode the genome, right? We're able to do this crazy shit with like DNA and, you know, look into the stars, do all this crazy shit, but we're busy trying to grow hair, create erections, and see how strong of an alcohol we can create.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think Joe Rogan had it right when he was like, then the aliens come to Earth. And then they tell him the whole story about football and how it's a sport. And then he's like, could you imagine finding what does he say? Finding a species in the Congo of advanced apes, and all they're doing is fucking taking selfies of their dicks and shooting each other in the face with war weapons. The aliens would be like, whoa, what the fuck are you doing? Cut this shit out.
What's that I heard
Aliens
somewhere?
look at humans and go, we were going to kill you at football.
Right. What's that I heard somewhere? The best proof positive of there being intelligent life elsewhere in the universe is the fact that none of it has tried to communicate with us. I forget where I heard that, but
Yeah.
That's a good one.
So,
aliens, please save us, or at least just me.
Selfish.
You're telling me, okay, so if aliens came down, like right now, right? Okay, you're on your way home tonight, right? And a little light comes up, and boop, 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 you're up in the spaceship, right? And they're like, listen, only you, but if you want to go right now, let's just go. Never coming back, but I'm about to show you the rest of the universe. You're telling me you wouldn't go?
Oh, I mean, yeah, that sounds like a hell of a deal.
Like,
We're outta here.
you don't never come back, don't say bye to anybody. It's like to the rest of the world, you just disappear.
I'd probably try and score up a deal with them. I'd be like, here's the deal.
I got this
That
band.
I love
explains
my
a lot.
wife. And I want to take her with me. But if I can't, I want you to destroy all government. And then I'll go with you. Yeah, yes.
Funny.
Everything that is government, just take it away. No more government. Just come down with your big fucking spaceship, hover right over fucking like the Pentagon and be like, if you keep doing this.
Right? They'll come down and be like, we're here to destroy your government and kill your leaders. And everybody like, fucking God, yes, thank you.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, me and Sarah, we had that same conversation. You know, we had that discussion, and we got a standing thing. If I ever just disappear, like no signs of foul play, just Bob's gone.
Aliens.
It's aliens, and I'm cool with it. And I'll see you on the other side, because she would do the same damn thing.
Fair enough.
Maybe, I don't know. I might get yelled at for this. I love you, sweetheart.
Oh, you're gonna be fine.
I won't ever let aliens take me away without at least letting you know.
Let's see how long it takes for. Oh.
That's it. That's what I think of when I see you.
You've got mail.
Damn that's good. Oh shit. Corey, tell them about when we were leaving the show the other night, what happened at the gas station. For those that don't know out in the world, Corey has a sick infatuation with beef jerky. All right. And when he first came in this band, I was finding beef jerky. He made some fucking delicious beef jerky. Like it was so good. Like I was like, what was it? You did one with like Cholula or something like that?
Oh,
it was
Cholula. I would use Dale's. I would use Nashville hot marinade.
so good.
Yeah, I would use a lot of pork meat.
Now,
and
yes. Okay,
Boiled
here we go.
chicken.
The pork jerky was
and
fat.
it was still like the fat on it was still like he jerkied it, so it was like still kind of chewy.
What was that? I did what?
You jerkied it.
Oh.
That's a T-shirt. All right. Signed, sealed, delivered. All right. So
It's yours.
Don't say I didn't do anything for you. We'll even get like a soundbite in there. Jerky. Okay.
Jerked it.
So anyways,
here's
about the
here's
jerky.
the downfall of it. He made a shitload of it. I ate my bag. He brought more of his own stash, and I found it. I know I have a dirty van.
People, you don't. That's the biggest fucking
Oh,
understatement.
get the fuck out of here. It's not that bad. I don't have shit floating up over my seats and over the top into the roof. I'm not that kind of disgusting. But there's shit in my floorboard. And you don't even start with me and your fucking stormtrooper. I had to pull a dead dog out of there because it was just in the way and you're an animal lover. I'm like, how did that thing get in here? So, but in cases, in the drawer of our X32, of like in gear, in my fucking guitar cases, I would find little bags of beef jerky fucking everywhere. And he was stashing them. So he'd be like, oh, like he'd be walking through the studio and he would just put it like, up here on top of the deal. I wouldn't know it. And then later, a year later, I'd be cleaning off this shit. I'd be like, what is this jerky doing? He'd be like, dude, that's where I put that. Jeez.
That's like one of the signs that you got a problem.
Man, that's a small, long-term deposit.
Very long term.
That's you got a problem, man.
Now,
Or maybe
fast
you
forward
don't.
through all of that bullshit. We walk into a gas station down by College Station the other night, and I'm walking to get something to drink, and Corey's, on dial-up, and he's in there looking for something to snack on, and I walk up to him, and he's looking at the beef jerky. And you guys have all heard his voice on here, and out of nowhere, what do I hear?
Come over here. The Cuddly Bear wants to share his bag of meat candy.
There's literally like Dave's beef jerky, meat candy. I fucking lose it, man. The guy at the counter is looking at us like we're fucking retarded and like we're drunk as shit. This voice comes out of nowhere. Let me show you my meat candy. Felt like I was in like cell block 5, like they're like, oh shit, oh, no. I picked the wrong cell.
That's just definitely on brand for Corey,
I laughed for a while. I did. That was the funniest thing I in a gas station, like reading that meat candy logo. I was like, oh, I got to take advantage of this.
I tell you, man, those are some of my favorite places. Are those really sketchy gas stations out on the road?
This was nice.
Like,
Yeah,
really.
this was a nice one.
Because I like the ones where you got like the French ticklers in the horrifying bathroom, and they got like knives and big like katana swords right next to like
Some cowboy
loads
boots.
yes.
Oh, that one was
cowboy
great.
hat.
Cowboy hats.
Like seriously, I will avoid a Buc-ee's like the fucking plague, man. I stay away
I'll
from
avoid
those.
Buc-ee's, but not because of that reason. I'll avoid Buc-ee's because I'll go in there and spend $1,000.
I don't like Buc-ee's
I don't know
anymore.
why, but I needed a new refrigerator. I don't know why.
I need me
a
$1,000
I'm
grill.
so fed up with Buc-ee's, to be honest. Last time I was in there, it was like going to Six Flags. All these lines were everywhere, but there's no rides.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and people are screaming
I don't get it.
constantly. Like
Like-
you go in there to take a piss in like what is supposed to be like the cleanest bathroom in Texas, and you
still
hear
a
them be like,
bathroom.
"Meat bucket number 5 over here. We got cheddar beef, fucking teriyaki
There-
cocks."
It's just
Come on.
Yeah,
I
it's
just couldn't. There was a line of 30 people to the crapper. 30.
It's just an example of marketing, man. Because there's
Yep.
nothing special about it. You know what I mean? It's a fucking gas station.
It's like that video I got earlier about Yeti. I got a video about how the idea for the Yeti cooler was invented. And now we're going to have video number 2 play the audio on here. God, this is good. We need to get this thing rigged up to where I can put like fucking shit up on the video. And,
Yeah, right.
But
I had that whole thought run through my head before I just pulled the phone up. I was like, oh, that'd be really no, I'm just gonna pull the video up.
Yeah.
all in due time.
We are ghetto as fuck.
I'm
Yeah,
here
hey,
for
man,
it.
we're old school.
Just put it in front of the camera. Be like, here. Everybody like,
All right, here we go.
We need to sell more coolers. Any ideas? I was
we supposed to compete with a $30 cooler? Makes me want to gouge my eyes out.
Gouge. That's it. We're gonna take their $30 cooler and we're just gonna add a zero and gouge the customers.
Yes!
We're gonna jack the prices way up.
All the way up.
Wait, how are we going to justify the price increase?
We can make it more convenient.
Or we can make it less convenient. Less is more.
We'll make it hold less beer.
And make it super heavy.
Not heavy stuff.
We could break their wallet and their back.
If it's filled with ice and beer and it's super heavy, no one's gonna be able to carry that.
We could just put wheels on it.
Are you out of your mind?
Go take Tyler. I can do some work up here, all right?
Okay, we won't say that it's heavy. We'll say that it's durable.
Nice.
Yeah, I was like, man, this
So-
is
so that's
so
a-
probably really true.
Right. So that's a good kind of thing though, is right? Is like, you know, shit this light's unreasonably expensive, you know, like back in the old days, like Z Cavarici pants and shit like that, right? Like things you don't want to spend. But here's when me and Sarah, we go over this all the time. What are things that you should never ever try to save money on? Right? Like we have a list at our house. It's
Toilet paper.
Toilet paper,
cocaine.
toilet
Definitely
paper.
want to save money on cocaine.
We got tattoos. You
Yeah.
don't want to save
Yeah.
money on tattoos.
Well, I got a pretty nice deal.
Yeah,
But
it's
yes,
not-
in theory, yes. You
Yeah.
don't want to, yeah.
and like, and it just kind of, the list keeps growing the older I get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, what else is on that list? So toilet paper, tattoos, tampons,
Drugs.
drugs.
Yeah,
Well, I guess. I mean, if that's
not
your
not
thing.
illegal drugs.
Just in general. That's
What? So like
What a
you
decent-
you get, you don't, you
Like,
you have
it's
to
a-
go for like actual, like not store brand Sudafed when you're getting ready to make your meth, or
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I like Ajax versus Clorox. Really fines up the powder, but you know what I mean? Clorox if I have to, I guess.
throw some
Just get
chili
stuck
powder.
in there, and then it turns blue, and then I look like a Smurf.
right.
Lived in my. Anyway, moving on.
And as far as like spray paint for huffing, you have to use the Krylon brand.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You have to.
Yeah, it's got to be silver.
Yeah.
I just watched Mad Max the other day, so I was,
Oh, great movie.
yeah, the new one.
The new one. I
Oh.
watched it too the other day.
Dude, it's not bad.
It's really not bad.
It's not bad.
You know, it's just crazy because he doesn't say who he is until the very end. We all know he's Max, but he
Right.
doesn't say it till the very end.
Yeah.
It's like, my name is Max.
Yeah.
That's my name.
Oh yeah.
Max.
Oh, but that dude, what's his name? Ed Hardy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally got a man crush on that guy, man.
Dude, he's a great dude.
Tom
Seriously.
Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
Yeah, Ed Hardy's the
Ed Hardy's the
fashion designer.
douchey tattoo looking guy.
Yeah.
I knew
right?
what you
Yeah.
were saying.
Sorry.
I just let you have it.
Mr. Hardy.
I wasn't gonna. Yeah.
I apologize, sir.
Yeah. Not much of a man crush, if you ask me. He didn't even
Senor
know his
Venom.
name.
Senor Venom.
Senor Venom.
I don't know, man. It was the,
Also, Main Bane.
No, it was the one
Oh,
that,
yeah.
in that movie Lawless. That was my
fucking
favorite
good one,
one.
too.
He was good in that one.
I feel like you could literally just run down a list of movies that dude's been in, and like they're all
Right?
gonna be good.
And the thing is, I've seen a couple things. He's cool with his dog. Like he bring anybody who's like a good dog lover and can prove that they're a dog lover. You're all right with me.
That's fair. That was
You
me and
know-
Ryan Reynolds for years.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Man, you got to make that your ringtone on your phone.
For Corey.
I'm gonna make it the ringtone for when you call me.
Yes.
You're just gonna hear the ringtone, start laughing, and just in mid conversation, you're gonna be like, "Hold on, I gotta answer this one."
I feel like I'm just gonna make that my voicemail
Yeah, right.
because now my voicemail is actually like people are giving me compliments on how fast I call people back. It's like, oh, I need to drop that standard. Beep.
I got an idea for your next tattoo.
Static.
Just the buffering symbol.
Yeah, this
right there on your-
the,
right-
wind,
like
the
right on
wheel
your
of
wrist.
death thing. Yeah.
I'm not opposed to it.
I know, buddy.
I know a guy.
They would just never finish loading.
I know a guy get you to hook up on his sleeve.
He'll really buff it out for you.
No.
He'll make you look buff.
Corey, do you even have any tattoos?
No?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
I hate you.
I'm just asking.
What tattoo do you have?
Yeah, what tattoos do you have?
It's a nice one.
Is it?
It's black.
Oh,
The
is
ink
it?
is black.
Okay.
Oh, really?
great
Where,
color.
where is it?
Yeah, where is
was your-
It's where a tattoo goes, right on your arm,
Is that where a tattoo goes?
the upper part of your arm.
Right.
You know,
What
in
is
that
it?
area.
What does it say?
Yeah. What does it say?
It doesn't say anything in English.
Is it a picture?
Sort of.
Is it Chinese lettering?
Could be.
Is it something off a menu?
No.
Is it barbed wire that goes around your arm?
Ooh, no.
Damn.
So what does the Chinese lettering say?
It's not Chinese.
Japanese, foreign. What does the foreign language say on your arm?
Well, it's probably more so European.
Okay, wait. Let's guess then. Let's guess because he's being a dick about it. Let's just make this fun. Let's guess. I bet you it's like
European.
I bet you it's like got to be something to do with music because that's how you roll. I'm gonna bet you it's like got like I see in my head's like some kind of stylized thing like with the treble clef and the bass clef like making a cute heart or some shit.
Shit.
That would have been nice.
Why didn't I get that?
But it was really, what is it, Hobbs? And it's pissing on a big bass.
Right.
What is it?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Damn. That's so great.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
Just
Oh, I feel good.
You should.
I feel good, Peg. I do.
Anyways, you should go play Wheel of Fortune tomorrow.
now.
Seriously.
Right now.
I swear one day I will be on Jeopardy. One day.
I will be there in the crowd.
Yeah. I'll be like, let's go, Bob.
Every year, I tell you, I make it. Every year. I just don't like that last lottery round. You just gotta be lucky.
I would say the last time we had our last band pictures, I looked at all three of y'all and I'm like, they all have arm tattoos. I have nothing. It looks like I'm
You have nothing
wholesome.
so far.
I look like a
You
square.
do, man. And you don't look like a square. You just look like a good dude.
I look wholesome.
I mean,
You know-
me and Bob look like fucking degenerate scum.
Oh yeah.
That's why I kind of dipped into the back of the pictures and put his scummy ass up front.
You know the funny thing is like up until like 2019, I was like totally ashamed of this. If you guys can see that, it is this generic fucking tribal shit from like the late 90s.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, everybody said, "Oh, that's you're a douchebag. It's so stupid," you know.
You are a
And-
douchebag.
and- well, thank you. But now what that tells me is that I was a really fun age at a really cool time. Like the older I get is like, but probably everybody thinks that though. Like, I mean, every single generation, like any person you ask, they're going to tell you that the music scene peaked at some point between the time they were 12 and 25. If you
They would
ask
say
your
that.
grandparents that, they're going to say that, oh man,
The best
50s
music scene
that.
was back in the 1940s.
Right? Because if you ask me, I think like
it was
the
good. We were
best year
fucking-
for music was like 1991, 1992. That was like peak.
I
You know what
agree.
I mean?
The best music time
Yeah.
ever, man, was the 60s. We were all fucking.
I don't know, man.
it falls into. No, I disagree. I think the pop music from the 50s was where it all changed and we were fucking.
Yeah.
There's something to be
like,
said about that, though.
You got like one like Unga caveman is like, oh no, back when Unga learned how to play a bird bone whistle.
Yes,
That was,
we were fucking.
yeah.
With all- it just keeps
Unga.
going. Unga. Let's go make baby.
Nice, real nice.
I think all the way up until internet, Wi-Fi, that's when music was peaked. Right before the internet and right before Wi-Fi.
I think it's always at its best and it's always at its worst.
I don't know.
Because there's some good stuff coming out now. I mean, look, there's going to be one of the best albums ever is going to drop this year.
True.
This is true.
You know,
But the 90s are something
As
special.
long as
though.
we can stay on tempo.
that's fair.
Like,
I don't know. The way I think
we
about
stayed
it,
on tempo, did like,
I mean, we stayed on tempo for what it was.
yeah, it just wasn't.
I mean, it was on.
It just wasn't it, but
It just wasn't the right tempo. We thought it was in our head
not at all.
until I heard it back and went,
But damn, we played it with click really well, boys.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
we were fucking robots on that son of a bitch.
We were.
Yeah,
I'm
there's,
saying, like,
there's a
I-
lot of positives to it. I'm not saying that it's shit all the way around. I'm saying it was great. We all did good. It just wasn't what we do. It's like, here's our 100%. This is where we perform at, right here. This is what we did on the record. It's like we were here and we went here. We need to get it to here, and it's only for that one tune. The other songs sound fucking awesome.
I'm just saying, like, even then, like, I like to play something slower, like, as well as we did. That's actually harder than playing anything faster. So like just when I heard it, I was like, I get what you were saying. I was like, fuck, I hate that you're right, but I can't tell you what's wrong with it because I'm so new to it all.
Sure.
That I'm just like, that's a clean ass take.
That is a clean.
Like, it's a very clean take.
Like Tony listened to it, Kelly listened to it. They even said, "No, that's clean." But I know where we stand and how we play. Like,
right.
I'm sitting there going, that fire is not there that we give live. And that I go back to, that's the hardest thing to translate in the studio, what we're giving the people when they see us from the front of the stage.
I tell you, dude, that's why, like, with most groups, like, my favorite albums by them are usually live albums.
Agreed.
Totally.
Like Dave Matthews, man, that Live at Red Rocks. Whew, man, that's their best
And
stuff.
hence the reason why, like, I'm trying to record our shows when we go out and play, is to capture that, to give both on this record when it's released. It's going to be these 6 songs in the studio and these 6 songs live. You're going to have a live version of it.
It's the closest you're going to come to
my
catching
floor
lightning
tom
in a
cable.
bottle, you know, is a live album.
Yeah. Next time, change your fucking floor tom cable, man. God,
Fucking rookie.
fucking rookies.
Yeah, man.
Well, we got headway. I mean, we're making headway. I tried calling you earlier. It went straight to voicemail. But Sunday, 3 p.m., Cafe Solo.
Sunday? Okay.
Oh, I have a.
The fuck was that?
That was my
There's no
TikTok,
way.
bitch.
I was about to say, there's no way like that happened. Then my phone starts ringing. I've got the Dallas Entertainment Awards showcase is that Sunday.
This coming Sunday?
Yeah. So I mean, I can't think of a better reason to show up late.
Oh,
Right? I'm
know,
what time
working.
you got to be there?
I think they said doors are at 6. Music starts at 7.
Are you playing?
No.
Oh.
No. I'm not. I'm in no rush. I kind of
We
want
should
to.
all go.
I kind of just want.
We're not from Dallas.
That's
hey,
it.
no, but that's the best part, dude. Just walking.
Dude, like I'll catch some hate for this, and that's all right. Like, cause I know.
Don't do it.
Oh yeah.
Don't do it.
I know I'm not a very good bass player, right? Like
It's true.
I'm middle of the road.
Yeah, you suck.
But I look at everybody that gets nominated for that stuff, and I'm like, that's the best. Just because I know who the best are, man.
Right.
You got Braylon Lacey.
Yeah.
You got Jeff Plant, and those two are the 2 best bassists in Dallas. You got Wes. You got Wes Stevenson.
Oh, dude.
Wes
That
won-
dude's
You know what
a
I mean?
monster.
Yeah.
man.
Wes won. He won.
Those are good bass players.
If
The
we were
ones-
to ever add a second bass player into the band,
Yeah.
for one to do upright and one to do
Yeah.
electric, and be able to do vice versa, because he plays upright too, doesn't he? No. That was
the only difference. Well, because me and him grew up together.
Yeah.
Yeah, like me and him, we've been friends since we were.
Dude,
in high
I'll never
school.
forget the first time I saw him. He was filling in and playing with Johnny Cooper
Nice.
at some fucking venue in Fort Worth. But I'm sitting there watching this dude going, "What?"
Oh, he's the monstrous monster.
And I looked
Yep.
at Johnny and go, "Man, you are really faithful to your band." Because I
So-
know Chris couldn't be here, but holy fuck.
So me and him, I used to work at this place called Zoo Music when I was little, and he would come in there and we would just kind of trade licks back and forth. Like he actually, you know what? I will credit Wes. He started the beginning of teaching me how to slap, and I taught him a couple Primus tunes because I was into that kind of stuff at the same time.
Should call him. We should get him in here on the
But
cast.
dude, he was in the coolest band, and this was back when we were high school, and the band, it was called Monk, spelled M-U-N-K, and it was a metal band with Wes on bass, so that's where the unk came from, because it was basically a really good hardcore version of what Limp Bizkit was trying to do. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Here's the thing, man. Corey and I were talking about this the other day. Is that there is a lot of musicians out there that don't get recognized in this town.
Oh, yeah.
They get thrown up for award shows.
Oh yeah.
You know, and I was approached. I mean, I'm not gonna spill that. I'm not gonna.
Don't do it.
I'm not gonna do it.
Don't do it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spill that plate of beans, but I will innuendo some things. I got approached this past week. I told you guys about this from a certain company here in Fort Worth about being a part of their association and coming at me with this. We've been following you for the last 2 years. We love what you're doing, blah, 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 blah. You know, we think it's time that you're a part of this. And then said, for $150 as a solo artist a year, you can pay to be here, and for $350 for a band, you can pay to be here. And I was like, you motherfuckers. I was like, I've been playing around here for 37 fucking years, man. I got more time walking up the stages than most of these kids got breathing.
What do they want
and
money
you're gonna
from?
fucking come at me and have me pay to be a member of your bullshit organization?
If they're that good, why do they need your $300?
First of all, you don't have a business unless you have guys like me, period.
Also
so you're making a business to do award shows off of what we do our entire lives. So without us, you don't have one. But now you want to come after us and say we got to pay to be a member? What? No. You think, let's go modern. You think Jelly Roll paid to be a part of the CMA Awards? No.
Right.
He was chosen because he wrote a damn good song with somebody. You know, so I don't agree with it.
Well.
You know, but I don't agree with a lot of the musicians I see that get, I mean, I'm proud of you for playing, but there's musicians I see that get put up for like, you know, best like male vocal of the year.
Yeah.
Dude, I can name 10 out of fart memory.
And
that
wouldn't
could
it be
sing way better?
Wouldn't it be cool instead of like picking someone to win and turning art into a competition, that we just have a week where we just celebrate all the art that came out
Absolutely.
that year? You know?
Absolutely.
It used to be that way. You know, Dallas, Deep Ellum used to do that.
It used to be so beautiful.
And it used to be great.
Yeah, it
you know,
was
Deep Ellum went to shit in a handbag. Fort Worth used to do it.
I'm scared to death of Deep Ellum. I hate going down there.
Oh, yeah, it's different now.
Scared to death. Last
It-
time
it
I was
used to
down
be-
there,
it used to be dangerous in the fun kind of way.
the last time I was
you go
down
there to get
there was a
drunk and get a
dude
tattoo.
dead in the street.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's changed, man. And
It's
it,
the same with
I'm good.
Austin.
they got a noise curfew now.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, and it's funny. There's this one. I'm not going to say the name of the establishment, but like when you got a Deep Ellum place it's a staple. It's been there forever. When they're having to advertise on Facebook to try to get bands to want to come and play there, you're doing something wrong.
Oh, well, I think Deep
Man.
Ellum went
It
way
went
south when they took over the LA mentality.
Yeah, when they
We're gonna
started
give
having
you
dress codes.
Well, not even that. I'm going back to when they fuck the dress codes. I'm going back to when they were like, okay, we're going to give you 100 tickets, and you're going to sell these tickets at a minimum of $20 a pop.
Yeah.
And then give us the money, and then we're going to give you a percentage off of those tickets when they come through the door and they show your ticket stub. We'll give you a percentage of however many of those tickets came in.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Or when they started doing, you know, we'll give you 100 tickets, you sell them for whatever you want, and then that's how you get people here to the show, but we're not going to pay you a guarantee.
Yeah.
Then they got away from the 80-20 splits. Then it went down to 50-50 splits. Then it went down to 40-60 splits. And then it was like, dude, you can't make any money in this town. You can't. If you're an up-and-coming band, you can go down and play somewhere and cool. Are you going to play in front of anybody? No. You're going to kill yourself to go play in front of 5 or 6 people.
Well, it's this whole like snake that eats itself, because it's like the places aren't trying to pay for good music, right?
Right.
And so they're getting these really crappy bands that come out, right?
Right.
And then every time, you know, like, dude, I rarely go out anymore. When I go out, I want to know I'm going to have a good time.
Right.
Right. And so I'm not going to risk, you know, man, what if that band really sucks? Well,
Right.
shit, man, this is Friday, dude. I only get Friday and Saturday night.
Right.
You know, so people aren't even doing it anymore. What are they going to do? Hey, there's a fucking Motley Crue tribute band
Yeah.
Yeah.
at this place, and I'll do that. Like, I understand it. Like, I get it. Is it right? No. Is it
No.
terrible? Fuck yes. But you know, it's a thing of trust. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
musicians don't trust the venues don't trust the musicians, because like there's a lot of, like, think of some of the places that we play that nurture us.
Oh,
You know what I
totally.
mean? Like Blue Bayou nurtures us.
Yes.
You know, the Mule Barn, they nurture us.
Right.
We have really, really awesome shows there, and we have some that are, you know what I mean?
It goes
but
back
it goes
into the-
back and forth.
It goes back and forth, but it also goes to where's the initiative?
Yeah.
You know, when a band, okay, Corey and I play this place in Weatherford called Beefmasters. It's not a music venue. It's a steakhouse. But we make a decent amount of money to go play a duo show, but they'll feed us a full meal, steak, baked potato, salad, the whole nine. They give you a full meal. They take you don't pay a tab. You play your show, you can only play a couple hours, you get paid well, you get tipped well, the people are listening to you, they're all about it, and we roll. And it's so simple and easy. And we get in, we get out, and we have a good one. there is no initiative to make like a back end deal. So it doesn't matter what kind of crowd we bring. The only initiative is to keep that gig because the tips are good and they treat you well because of the food and stuff like that. But you go into a place that just shit bricks you on fucking pay after you've worked your ass off to bring people in. And the ones that blatantly do it, where like you go in and let's say you bring 100 people. You know for a fact, you know every single person in the room. And you're sitting there going, okay, well, the cover at the door was $10. So 10 times 100, this is what I should be getting home with. And then at the end of the night, they hand you a $100 bill.
Yeah.
And you go, no. Well, we didn't charge everybody coming in. You know, we got patrons that come in here all the time. We don't charge them the door and blah, blah. I'm like, well, okay, patrons aside, I still brought in 100 people. Well, most of those were our people. Oh, really? You know AC over here? Because he was at my house earlier today.
Yeah.
Was he at your house earlier today? How long you known AC for? In fact, what's his last name? You know what I mean? You know his mom? I know his mom.
Yeah.
You know, shit like that. Like, and they go, well, no, I mean, that's one guy we don't know. Well, and they pull that crap constantly. Yep. Or let's bring up something that happened here recently, and I'm not going to say his name. I'm going to keep it clean. But
don't do it.
The douchebag we had to deal with the place we played at that gave us basically a live rehearsal for 2 years.
Yeah.
You know, for that dude to come back and be like, we're just going to turn you loose because the sense in this there's no sense. This guy pays out $400 for an acoustic show to come in and play at a restaurant. So instead of coming in as a solo and one speaker on a stick in a corner, we bring him a show. Mm-hmm. That's not overbearing. That worked in every single spot except for 2, and we chose not to book those. And we went in, and every one of those restaurants and every place we played was begging to have us back.
They miss us.
They want us. They're calling.
Yep.
And he says, we're not going to have you back because we're just trying to do smaller one-man shows, and we're not going to up the pay on you. And I know that you want contracts for your shows, and we will never sign contracts with artists. Mm-hmm. You basically just told me that you're going to bend over anyone that gets in that you book. You're basically saying that if we want to cancel the gig, it's canceled. You could be packed up in the car, headed to your show, walking in the door. They go, we're not doing music today. There's a fight on TV.
No. Dude, this is
paid nothing.
This is what punk rock got right. Is they fucking cut the venues out altogether. Like, I wish I wasn't so old and uncool right now. I wish I knew what's the underground scene like right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes I just want to say, you know what? Fuck it, man. Let's go. Somebody's got a barn. Somebody's got a barn and a couple generators.
Oh, absolutely.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
But even that's gotten to the point where it's like, can we do that? No, we can't.
Yep.
We can't do that. I was literally down at another one I'm not going to say where it's at, but I was down at a place here recently, and they wanted to do like $150 an hour for the room. And I was like, $150 an hour?
That's ridiculous.
Like from 3 to midnight, do the math. We can't afford that.
Yeah.
Like $400 for the day?
Yeah.
Midnight or 12 to midnight? Sure. We can pull that off.
Yeah, that's fine.
And we're willing to work with you on a back half.
Yeah.
You know, like, give us the room and let us sell it out. We're bringing in all you have to do is supply the room.
Yep.
And we'll do an 80-20 split with you on ticket sales.
Mm-hmm.
You'll make more than $400.
Oh, yeah.
You might make more than your $150 an hour. Or you may not make anything. But it's a gamble that we're willing to take because we're trying to push forward. But the people that have the rooms, they're not willing to take it. They don't care.
Greed is a nasty thing, my friend.
It is, man. Going back to the award shows, though, man, like, there are a lot of musicians out there that don't get recognized. And I feel bad for them. You know, I don't particularly care. I'm not looking for an award. Don't care.
Right.
I could care less. In fact, if I ever got nominated, I don't think I'd ever even show up to accept the award because I just don't care.
I
don't do this job to get an award. I just don't do that. It's not me. I do this because I was born into it, and I don't have anything else. Like, I don't have anything else. Now, does it help? Sure. Like you're up right now in Dallas at that award show for best drummer.
Yep.
Right? That's awesome.
He's the
I
best.
applaud you.
Of all those nominated, man, you should win it.
Yeah, totally.
That would be awesome.
Absolutely.
That would be awesome.
Not that the other ones aren't great.
On
they are fucking amazing.
I'm just saying,
every single one.
Me personally, it's not me. But when I see fiddle players come up in the Texas country scene and I see who they're putting up there, I laugh because I'm like, I'll take Corey Vise any day of the week over just about all of them. I don't think there's one dude in there that I'll go, oh, well, this guy's got it. Mm-hmm. There's some bad motherfuckers out there, but you don't see them BMFs getting thrown on that fucking list. Now, you take them BMFs and you put them on that list with Corey on there, and that's going to be a hard fucking decision. Someone's going to have to make a fucking close your eyes, grab a dart, and throw them kind of deal. You know what I mean? So I don't think that in our music scene that we get a lot of fair play anymore, you know, and it's kind of cutthroat. It's well, we all know it's cutthroat, but it's cutthroat in the sense of the credit's not being paid to those who truly deserve it. You know what I mean?
Definitely not all the time.
No.
No.
But I mean, there's a lot of the guys who are on these lists too. They like there's certain levels to it. Coming into the game as late as I did, I got to watch like these things happen. Like it doesn't matter like how good you are on a like can you just sit down and play vibe as opposed to like cool, you know. Aside from that, like what's your name and what's your presence like? What are you doing outside of just hitting drums?
Right.
Like and I was like, oh shit, I actually have to like do way more to like compensate. So like I've been playing this compensating game to figure out what do I need to do to get to this particular level with these dudes, to be in these conversations. Right. So like to be on a list with a lot of these dudes, like I was fans of theirs first.
Right.
Like I even had a podcast where I literally got to talk to a good number of these dudes like as a fan.
Yeah.
And just to be there, it's like, wow, this is kind of fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, I still know at least like maybe I was gonna say 1,000, but we're probably looking at close to like 100 dudes that I know that are just hands down monsters, way better than me.
Yeah,
that deserve that.
Yeah,
but I'm still taking that bitch.
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
It's cool, man. I mean, dude, I think about back when JRB went to California when we were doing the Emergenza Music Festival, and it was a big, massive battle of the bands that happened all over the United States, and we ended up winning first place for Texas. I think we deserved, in the Battle of the Bands part, I think we killed it. We did great, and we won that rightfully. But when we got to California and we played at the Key Club, we technically won first place, but because we didn't have passports on hand and ready to go, we couldn't go to Germany the following week. No one had told us that. If we'd have known that 7 or 8 months prior, when we found out we won Texas, we would have all gotten passports.
Right.
So when it came down to it, they were like about to announce the winner, and I'm sitting there going, dude, did we just beat out all these bands? Like, there's down to us and one other dude. And I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. It kind of blew my mind because the bands that were competing were stupid good. Like, we were just acoustic guitar, bass, and drums. That's it. There was like 15-piece bands getting up there that were amazing. And I'm just sitting there going, how the hell did we get here? You know, do I agree with it? No, because if I was a judge, I wouldn't have voted for us. I'd have voted for somebody else. You know, and not that I didn't believe in the project, but I'm sitting there looking at it honestly going, dude, there's about 4 out of this 25 that competed today that are scary good. Mm-hmm. But they came up to us, they're like, you have your passports? We're like, no. They're like, okay, we got to give it to this guy, but you did win X, Y, and Z. I'm like, thanks. You know, we accepted it. We took it.
Of course.
Won second for the nation. That second for the nation's a big term, I guess. It was all that competed, but it was over like 1 million bands that competed. Like it was in every state, every major city. So we beat out all the way down to this. It took 2 years and got all the way down to this.
Jeez.
This final part, and then won second place. And whatever. It was great. What a hell of an experience.
Wow. That's a tournament.
You know, I mean, it was here in Texas. It was like 200,000 bands. It was Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, Austin, and Fort Worth.
What do those things still happen?
Emergenza doesn't. And what the ultimate goal was is that you would go to Germany and you'd play the Emergenza Music Festival. And so you're playing on this stage. It's like literally like 100,000 people, and they have these screens set up going out to the crowd. I mean, it looked like Woodstock, and it's just an insane amount of people, and it's in this huge valley, and it's all these screens going out, and they have basically like a stage per screen. And it's got its own sound system, and it's delaying out to the crowd.
Oh, dude, Europe knows how to do a festival, man. That's what's
Shit, yeah, they do. Let's get on that vibe.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I still think we should put the T-shirt together for going to Ireland.
My passport's ready, bro.
Yeah, me too.
I got to get mine updated. Corey, you got a passport?
I gotta go do things.
Oh, yeah, those things. Yeah, I forgot. Well, we'll get them done.
Well, the rhythm section will be there.
Hey.
We're not leaving without you.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll wait for you.
Turns out when you do the full adoption, you got a lot of hoops to go through, especially if you wait till you're an adult to change your last name.
Oh, yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
I never thought I'd be going to the Library of Law in downtown Fort Worth. I don't know if y'all have ever been in there, but I actually felt smart that day. Like, I felt like I should have had a PhD walking in there.
I never have.
Man, maybe I should go there tomorrow
It's really cool.
just to have the vibe.
I just want to feel smart.
It's a heck of a vibe. I'm not lying.
Smells like mahogany and leather-bound books.
Something like that.
Witchcraft.
And in this episode, he graduated from PCP.
Yeah.
With a minor in LSD.
Hey, all right.
It's a party now.
This party just
That's
got
a party.
lit.
Associates in THC.
Everybody gets their associates in THC.
Yeah, right? That's some community college shit right there, man.
So what we got coming up? We got the 9th. What are we doing? We're doing the 9th at Broncos.
Yeah, we got Broncos, and then the next night, right?
Yeah, we have the 10th.
9th and 10th.
Texas Theater down in Waxahachie.
Yeah,
Then we got the 13th. We're doing the Fat Tuesday at the Blue Bayou.
Yeah, things are picking up, people.
Oh,
The 3rd, you're on a show, and we have a trio gig at the Reunion Tower.
Like up in the spinny part.
son of a beast thing. God,
Dude, it's there for you if you want it, my friend.
It
I'm
is.
saying it's there for if you want it.
I'm already on the move, man.
Justin.
Second, third, the whole.
Does he
yeah.
know?
He doesn't know.
What don't I know?
Corey, you tell him. You can tell him.
Oh, this should be good.
Oh, it's real good. My hands are sweating right now.
Terrified of elevators.
Nice.
Oh, seriously?
This is
He's
be
terrified of
awesome.
them. Like passed out worthy.
Like terrified. Like,
Oh, man.
he's afraid of spiders, like deathly.
Yeah, I get that.
This is him, spiders. I'm like through the roof with elevators. Like, if he were to pull any kind of shit, I'm buying 10 tarantulas and I'm gonna let him loose in his house.
I'm not pulling anything. I just I got a hold of the lady that they have a service elevator, because what's even worse is that the elevator that goes up Reunion Tower is all glass.
I didn't know that they did bands up there.
They don't.
They don't.
We got hired for a private party by a couple out of New York that are coming down here to do the Texas thing for a weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've
So they're
done
doing like the
drumline events.
redneck thing on Friday night. They're going out to Fort Worth, buying cowboy hats and boots and all that stuff. They're going to go two-stepping. And then on Saturday night, they're getting bougie and they rented out the tower.
Wow.
Yeah. And so we're going to do that. And we're playing, our backdrop is the glass,
Right.
right? So we've got to load 2 subs, 2 mains, X32 rack, cable box.
Take the regular elevator, Corey.
Yeah, take the regular elevator. We'll
There's
we'll
another
ride
one?
the service.
Yeah, well, there's
Yeah,
two
there's a
others.
service
There's a service
elevator.
elevator. Don't take the service elevator all the way up. Like service elevators are just rocky by nature. Like it's
Yeah, they're shaky.
they're shaky as fuck. So just take the regular elevator up. It's yeah,
It's faster.
it's faster. You get like
You'll
your ears
shoot to
pop.
the top. You're up there.
Yeah,
If you take the service elevator, they're big metal box, so it kind of shakes as you're going up. But that's where I'll be. But I'll go up with you, and we'll just have you stare at the wall. And I'm gonna grab a chair. I'm gonna bring a fold out and have you sit down. And I'm gonna make sure that you're good. Like Bob and I we got you. We get to the top, you're there. Bob at the bottom. I'll play moderator or vice versa, and you're at the top. One up, one down. We're done with the show.
Yeah, you'll be fine, man.
You'll be
Yeah.
fine.
That thing goes up and down that so many times a day for the last how long, dude? And it has to get inspected like every
Yes.
so
Yeah,
often,
that's
dude.
probably one of the
Alright, so-
safest
so
elevators in
in
the
the
DFW.
world.
Here's
Yeah.
where the
Oh, yeah,
here's where the
arguably.
fear came from, I guess. I was probably like 11 years old, and I got stuck between 2 floors for 3 hours in a faulty elevator.
I did an
And
hour.
It's not the fear of heights, because I've flown an airplane. It has nothing to do with heights.
It's the claustrophobia.
No, it's the fear of not being able to escape. There's something like that. There's like your entrapment, something like that. I don't know what kind of fear it is. I looked it up at one point in time, but it's
Borderline claustrophobia.
no, it's not like that. Claustrophobia is small spaces,
Tight spaces.
but you can get out of it. What I'm afraid of is there's no way out of it.
There is. I mean, the good news is that there is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go up.
A multi-million-dollar lawsuit. That's
Yeah,
what-
I mean,
that's
I
that's
hope-
one of us about to
Right.
go up.
I hope something happens. Please stick me in that elevator for a weekend.
Well, you just lost your privilege to ride with him on the elevator. Great. We'll be fine, buddy.
Yeah,
We'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
I hate him.
That was really anticlimactic. I was like thinking it was gonna be something awesome. That's
Cleithrophobia?
Maybe?
The last time I was in a glass elevator.
CLEITH.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, cleithrophobia, the fear of being trapped.
nice. Oh, dude, you would have hated it. Like when me and Sarah went to Seattle, like last October, like a year ago. We went to the Space Needle. You know that big kind of spaceship looking thing, and the elevator up to it is glass, and then all around it is glass. So you're standing on a glass floor. I actually got pictures I took through my feet, like down to the bottoms. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
the
don't like
elevator in that one goes like super duper fast.
Yeah,
I went to
Chicago.
the Ghost Bar in Fort Worth,
Oh,
and you walk out on the balcony, and the balcony's glass. And I was like, oh, shit.
Oh, dude.
never
and
been
when
to
I-
Of course, after about 20 Vegas bombs, you're like, I'm going to puke here.
When I was in Japan at the time, the fastest elevator in the world was in Yokohama, Japan, and it goes so fast. They had these like things that you lean on because you take some G's going up there.
Jesus.
Yeah, that was fun.
We'll be fine, man. That's gonna
Yeah,
be it's gonna be an easy peasy show. 2 hours in and out. Go. What I'm gonna do is that gray box that I've got in the garage is smaller. I'm gonna take the cables that we need and just put in it, so that we're not taking the big road case up there. So we should be able to
Fit it all in one box.
almost hit it all in one trip. You know.
Yeah, so I was going to tell y'all the last glass elevator. I've already told you this. There was a poster on the wall. I was sitting there trying to read that to keep myself distracted, and my TM was with me from the old band I was in. And I asked him, I said, I don't know what this poster says. And, like, the room started getting spinny. Like, I couldn't even read English. I couldn't make sense of it. And all he could think of was grab me by the shoulders because he thought I was about to just drop right there.
yeah.
Yeah. That's how I felt
And
back during the summer.
It was weird.
Yeah, it's a
Weirdest
it's a weird-
feeling ever.
It was horrible.
I didn't pass out, but it was really weird.
Yeah.
Well, that's the cool thing about fears is they can be overcome, man. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
Eh.
And in good company. Now, I will tell you that Joey Christopher, I told him about this, and he had a totally different logic, that we should totally fuck with you, put you inside of Bob's road case for his upright, that we should
Shake that fucker.
thing.
Start
and we
screaming, "Oh my
should
God, we're going
pause the
down!"
elevator and hit the fire alarm
my
a couple times. So don't ever get in the elevator with Joey because he'll fuck you, basically.
No.
He's a dick.
You heard it right here, ladies and gentlemen. Joey Christopher is a dick.
A dick.
And he can't roll cables right.
No, he
He
can't.
ties every one of them.
Him and Johnny Cooper.
Oh, Johnny Cooper, the
Worse.
left-handed little...
He's not lefty.
He rolls left-handed.
Man, both those guys are going to listen to this podcast and eat both your asses. It's going to happen. We'll pull them in here on the next one.
Sounds promising.
Yeah, right. I was like, damn.
With some A1 sauce.
You know what I mean?
Fucking PCP and
Some PCP,
heroin.
heroin,
and
the
now
ass
somebody's
eating.
eating my ass. Good Lord.
It was funny when Johnny
people.
Cooper did finally come up to me and say, hey, I need you to tone it down on this cable stuff. And I go, just roll it right.
Nice.
You do have your own system, though, because I tied cables forever. I twist them up, tie them through. I've always done it that
Dude,
way.
I pulled bird nests and rat nests out of your boxes all the time. I spent like 10, 15 minutes just straightening them out and figuring out
is he did
how
all
many
this
XLRs
for
you had.
all the bullshit cables that was needed to be thrown away.
Dude, here's a good one. Do you guys know what a rat king is? You ever heard of a rat king?
No.
Oh, dude. Get on your phone and Google rat king.
Oh, God. The last few
Yeah.
things.
I'm not
last few
Googling shit
things.
that Bob tells me
Yeah.
to Google.
mm-mm.
It's just
I'll
what
do
I
what they
imagine when
say.
he talks about like the bird nests of cables. I imagine a rat king.
This ought to be good.
Yeah, everybody out there, Google rat king.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I imagine with the cables. So, ladies and gentlemen, for your information, what a rat king is when a whole bunch of rats live in a wall or something, and they reproduce like crazy. And there's so many of them that they're screamed in there so tight that their tails get tied together in knots, and they all end up starving to death and dying. And so it's 100 rats all tied together by the tail.
You better not mention that again, you cocksucker.
A rat king. Not
See,
quite as
this
bad.
is why we don't
as
Google shit
a
that Bob talks about, man.
Colorado campfire.
His did you know?
Hey, that was funny. That was funny. I finally had something that was kind of cool and comparable to what Bob would have us Google.
Dude, I love Google and I love Urban Dictionary. Those are, I mean, you know, I don't spend all my time on TikTok. I use the internet to learn things.
To think he learned all of this since 2010 when he got his first phone.
Hey.
Seriously, man.
It's only taken him, 13 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
14.
Oh, missed opportunities.
I still can't think of like not having a phone for that long.
I didn't have an iPhone or even a touchscreen anything until 2014.
Jeez.
See, my
I was
first
still-
phone. My
I was a
first phone was
BlackBerry.
my
That's
first phone
the
was a
closest I got.
smartphone.
I had a BlackBerry once. I had both Sidekicks. Those were like freaking giant.
Oh, I remember those.
I had
Oh,
the
yeah.
Razor.
I had a
I had a
pager.
Razor.
I had a pager back when I was in high school.
I had a pager.
Yeah, I had a pager.
You know
wear
what
it
I
on
think
the
is
outside,
crazy?
looking all cool.
We've had touchscreen phones longer in our lifetime than we had actual button phones.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
that's true. Yeah.
Like I barely remember some of the button phones. Barely.
Dude, scrolling through on TikTok or Facebook, you see some of these videos where they make like vintage video, where they're calling them like vintage videos, and they come up and it's like the 90s. And they'll show you
I
like,
love
these
it.
stapled things from the 90s. I'm like, oh my God, I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I just love the 90s collage commercials where it's just like 30 minutes of just commercials from the 90s.
Plaid.
Lots of plaid.
Lots of plaid.
And Surge.
And Surge. Oh my God. Surge. Jolt Cola. Oh, Jesus Christ. Or back
Jolt
when
Cola.
when you used to go to Wendy's, the cups were red.
Oh, dude. When I was
Oh
in,
man,
You know
or
what
the
I mean?
yellow.
When I was
It
in
a
college,
bright yellow.
yeah.
That was the French fries. They
Yes.
were bright yellow
Yeah,
and had
dude.
the Wendy's symbol on it.
In college, they sold Jolt Cola in the dormitory
Jesus.
store. Yeah, it was Jolt Cola. It was disgusting, but it worked.
I don't know.
Has Jolt Cola basically just turned into rain?
It's twice the
Probably.
caffeine, 3 times the sugar. I think was their selling point.
Yep, sounds
Or
like
was it
rain.
twice the sugar, 3 times the caffeine?
Well, there's no
It's
sugar
one of
in
those.
this.
I remember it said something like that. It was like
There's 300 milligrams of natural caffeine. It increases concentration, which I will agree with. I was taking, what's that shit that Joe Rogan takes? Alpha Brain.
Alpha, yeah.
I was taking Alpha Brain for like 4 months, and I ran out, and I just didn't reorder. And I will give it props that Alpha Brain, like, I was focused as fuck getting shit done. Well, one of these right here, man, this rain, I've gotten to where I depend on them in the mornings. Like, I have to have one of these when I wake up.
Like people in their coffees.
It literally, like, it reduced my fatigue because I'd be tired in the mornings. Yeah, it's got B3, B6, B12, gives me plenty of energy. Amino acids, electrolytes, and the natural caffeine, but the increased concentration was no bullshit. And I can almost, like a Coke addict, I can almost feel myself when I'm working. Like I can feel it start to wear off because I'll be just fucking going, editing and going a mile a minute. Nothing around me matters. I'm just here. I'm just in the studio editing down film or promos or whatever. And then I'll feel it just, and there's no like, I'm tired now. It's just that my give a fuck switch just gets slowly turned off. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm done for the day. But if I drink another one, I'm right back into it. Like, I'm like, oh, there we are. And I get that's part of my ADHD.
Oh, that makes sense.
I was a kid. I had to take like, I think it was Zoloft and Silert was what I took. And that was to help me concentrate and to stay on that. And Zoloft hit me right at puberty. And it was when I started filling out. And I had a reaction to it where I just got fucking gnarly fat. Like it was just like, I am fucking huge and I'm fucking 12.
Damn.
Yeah, it did. This was not supposed to happen. But later on, I just stopped taking medicine, period, and got really against it. And it wasn't until like Red Bull came out, and when like the original Red Bulls came out, like the OGs, when
High octane.
Holy
Dude, those are
shit! I was fucking gone.
They were
Talk
a lot
about genius
more
marketing.
dangerous back
They have
then.
nerfed the shit out of them.
Talk about genius marketing. Did you ever hear about how they got their start?
Red Bull?
Yeah.
No.
Like, so it was somewhere in England, probably like Amsterdam, most likely. They wouldn't sell them. Like, nobody would buy them. So what they did is they would empty out all the cans and fill up trash cans every single night. So when people woke up in the morning, they just see trash cans full of these Red Bull things. You go, well, shit, people must be drinking the fuck out of these at night. So they start buying them in the stores.
No shit.
Yep.
It's fucking genius.
Yep.
All they had to do was call me.
Fair enough.
Man, I've always just kind of steered clear of all that.
Yeah,
shit.
Bob, you're a naturalist. You're a naturalist.
I just, I'm.
I did for a while.
Not the healthiest person.
I'll tell you what I am really excited about. And I really hope that it comes to light. And I hope that more people really fucking take advantage of this. And I hope that it can fight our system is the amount of testing that they're doing with different mushrooms and how, like in lion's mane and several different mushrooms, how it's helping memory.
Oh.
And there's a whole friggin' YouTube video. There's a documentary online. I think it's called Funky Fungi or something like that. It's on Netflix.
That sounds like a really cool gamer tag.
Yeah.
But they're proving down in South America they've pulled this mushroom. And they're proving from extracting from it and then mixing it with this lion's mane, they're injecting it. And they did this test on this dude, and he's got like 5-second memory. I mean, he's literally like 5-second Tom, right? He's like, hi, I'm Tom. 5-second, hi, I'm Tom. Like, it's that quick. And they inject him with it, and he comes out and just goes, where the fuck am I? Like, how the fuck did I get here? Who the fuck are you people? Why am I dressed like this? Like, he just snaps out of this fog.
Wow.
And they're running more and more of these tests, and they're finding out that it's like curing dementia. Curing, like people that are young that have had an accident, motorcycle accident or something, and their brain switched off, and they have like a mental disability that is blocking the memory.
Right.
And they're fixing that.
Oh, yeah.
But our government and our CDC will not allow that into the United States. You can freely go down and take it down in South America if you want to.
That sounds like a great place to try some mushrooms.
Of course,
that'd be awesome if you could have
if you're
memory
a
of Rain Man.
big pharma company and you were lobbying Congress to the tune of $1 billion a year.
They're not going to do it.
All right.
I mean, shit, man. Weed, so I know somebody who's on chemo right now,
right?
And the anti-nausea pill, just a pill that makes you not want to barf. That's all it does.
Right.
Doesn't make you feel good or anything. Just makes you not want to barf. For one pill, it's over $200 for one pill that you take 3 times a day.
Right.
Damn.
And so obviously to say I hooked this person up with some other things.
Of course.
And that other thing, man, that's been curing all that stuff for
Yes.
It's damn near a panacea, and it's like that. Interesting fact, you know what the biggest living organism in the entire planet is?
What?
It's the mycelial mat in Oregon. It's mushrooms.
Okay.
It's like the when you're like the mushrooms, they basically they spread these like fingers, kind of like a nervous system.
Okay.
And the whole mat goes for like, I think it's like, it's a 2 and a 0. It's either 20 or 200 square miles. Either way, it's really impressive.
Wow.
Of just this mat of mushrooms where like way over here, 100, 20 miles this way, something will happen to part of the mat and they can record it over here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's really cool. 'Cause for the longest time, they thought the world's biggest organism was the aspen grove, because like up in Colorado, aspen trees, the whole grove, they're all connected. That's the biggest thing when they started to, like you go up to Colorado, that's where aspens grow.
Right.
All these homeowners would try to plant one little aspen tree in their
Sure.
yard, and it'd always die.
Right.
And then as soon as you plant two, they're fine. It's interesting. But mushrooms are cool, in all sorts of ways. There's lots of stuff that we just, there's not enough money in it, man. Somebody.
I mean, well, you get. I think about it like this: like, okay, my mother has dementia, right? She's in a home for it, and it's gotten to the point where my mom thinks I'm not her son. She thinks I'm her husband. She thinks she doesn't remember that dad passed away. It's gotten to the point where like she doesn't have 7 years or 5 years left in her before she's either dead or completely brain dead.
Right.
To be able to have a medicine that flips that person around, to come in and take a person out of that fog and give them their life back. They'll come, unfortunately our pharmaceutical companies will be like, well, yeah, $5 million, you can have your brain back.
And thus we come full circle as to why the aliens haven't contacted us
right,
yet.
totally, right,
Yeah.
And, I think about like I didn't even get a call, for her finance for her rent going up, and they hit me back and said that I looked on her account and saw that $34.85 came out of her account, $34.75, sorry, and I go, what the fuck is this? We've been paying $3,300. We started out at $3,000, then it went up to $3,300. Now it's at $34.75, and I'm like. I called him. I go, what the shit is this? They're like, oh, it goes up every year. I was like, you guys have switched hands like 5 fucking times. Now you don't even send out a letter. So they're making $34.75 a month off of her to be there. And I'm just sitting there going, 34, that's like, I'm putting in money. She only gets home with like $3,400 a month. So now I'm putting money over into her account to make sure that it stays level, and that's just going to keep growing and growing and growing.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just sitting there thinking, like, this is why they don't cure it. I mean, these companies are making. So she's one of 25 people that are in there.
Yeah.
Some of the people, I was talking to another guy that's in there, that a guy that has his father is in there. I'm like, hey man, what are you guys paying? I'm not trying to. He's like, we pay $7,000 a month for him to be here. I go, what?
Wow.
$7,000?
What do you think? The whole thing's genius, man. I mean, the whole medical industry has turned. If
you cure your
elegant
customer, they
and
won't come
Jesus.
back.
Right.
Well, that's the point. Is
and the funny thing is it's actually, if you look at it with the fiduciary laws and everything, it's actually illegal for a publicly held company to treat and cure a cancer, because all these big pharma companies are publicly held, right? And a fiduciary responsibility means that your first thought always has to be what's the best thing for the stockholder.
right.
Right. And so that's always the first thought, right? And so is it better for this company to cure the cancer or to just treat it? Right. Like the person I know who's on cancer, their first thought was like, well, okay, how are we just going to make you live the longest? There's no talk of curing it or anything about it. Let's just add months. And then I looked at it. The average case of cancer costs over $2 million.
Well, ask yourself, what's the 3 main diseases in this country that are the most expensive to prolong your death?
Yep.
What are they?
Cancer,
AIDS
and
cancer, dementia.
Yep.
Those are the top 3.
Yeah.
They've got a cure for all 3 of these for years now, but
yeah.
2 of those. But now here we are at dementia, and they're finally figuring out a way. And I have to be fed bullshit from doctors saying, if we had a cure, we'd give it to her.
Yeah,
this is just really sad. I'm like, no, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't.
You wouldn't get
because you
money
wouldn't
off
have a
that.
job.
Yeah.
Sure.
No.
You wouldn't have a job, so you're not going to sit here and tell me that bullshit. So it's pretty interesting, man. That stuff is pretty gnarly.
That is why the aliens have not come yet.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Seriously.
Yeah. We joke about it, but it's the next 10 years on this earth are going to be really, really, really interesting. And I'm not just talking about America or our politics. I'm talking about just America, the world in itself. We were watching,
Especially Ireland when we get there.
oh, dude, Ireland's going to be so good. And I definitely want us all to take that trip.
We picked a really fun time to be alive.
Oh,
Like we picked a really fun time to be alive. That's for sure.
well, man, thank you guys for joining us on another
Yeah.
podcast here. This is the Blood in the Water podcast, and this is our second one. So thank you guys for giving a listen. Big shout out to Sarah Simmons for getting our website
Yeah.
up to par, man. Make sure
Right.
you guys go to
Yep.
justinrossmusic.com and check that out. See where we're going to be at next. We get together every other week and do this podcast. We got it up on YouTube. And soon enough, I'm sure we'll try and have a podcast channel where you guys can listen to this going down the road. But if not, put it on your YouTube. Listen to it. It's a good show. We talk about just about anything and everything. We got a lot of great stuff coming up. Make sure you check out the calendar at justinrossmusic.com. And I also want to give a big shout out to our sponsors, Bash Champs, #1 tournament. Make sure you check them out at bashchamps.com. Green Bean Cables, making
That's
right,
me!
right here by Mr. Corey Weiss. He will take care of all of your cables. So if you're musicians out there, man, hit him up. It's on Facebook at Green Bean Cables. So make sure you check that out. We also have the link for it on our website. And as well as last but not least, the Mule Barn in Justin, Texas. Dakin and the whole crew out there are fucking awesome. If you guys want a real backwoods experience of live entertainment and fresh home cooking, you guys go to Justin, Texas. Go to the Mule Barn. Tell them that we sent you, and they will take care of you. So we got a lot of things coming up in the future. This isn't the last podcast. This is the second one. We got many, many more to go. So make sure you guys come out to a show. And I'd like to throw this in. If you're listening to this podcast on this last little bit right here, and you tell me the color that I'm about to say, it's 2 colors, orange, brown. If you can come up to the merch booth and tell me orange, brown, I got something for you at the merch booth at our next show.
There you go. Perfect.
Let's go.
You guys take care out there, man, and we'll see y'all later.
Thank you, everybody.
Why orange brown?
Because I like to party, that's why.